This episode is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 seller of games and gaming accessories. And GatheringMagic.com, the #1 resource for Magic the Gathering news and articles.
Hi, my name's Dave, and this is my Child of Alara hand-drawn commander deck. Alright, well, the idea came about in Memphis Worlds in 2008. Started just getting some blank cards done for tokens. And then a friend of mine suggested that we do an entire commander deck with hand-drawn cards from all the artists. So the creation started then, and we finished it here in Vegas in 2013. So it's been a 4.5-year journey. A lot of different artists have added or drawn cards for it, and some of the artists have got 4, 5, 6 cards. Other artists have just got 1. And it's one of those things that I'm always going to keep adding cards to the deck or changing them out as I get other things done. This is my general, Child of Alara. Two-headed giant. Just recently done this at Grand Prix Vegas here.
The exact same name. They're all the same thing.
Progenitor Mimic from Darken. Havoc Demon from Thomas Baxa. This is a clone. Julie Barho did it here at Vegas. She did one half of it. It's kind of different than what I expected. Sometimes the artists like to do some different renditions of their original art, so some of the cards are slightly different. Solemn Simulacrum. Fulminator Mage, another one from RK Post. He likes to do a lot of close face-up stuff, so does Steve Argyle. Ethersworn Adjudicator. It's another one of those close-up face of Simic Sky Swallower. This one, Mark Poole Stangg. This year, Gen Con, I had to get him to do a token of the Stangg card, which I forgot to get when I had this done. Lightning Angel, another RK postcard. Transcendent Master. All these have been drawn face to face. I didn't send nothing off to get them done. Draining Whelk from Teton. Sigarda. This is one of Steve Argyle's. He did Deathrite Shaman. Did a close-up face. Most of them have all been done in ink, but there's a few that have been penciled. Intet the Dreamer. One of my more favorite arts. Burning Tree Shaman. Pridemage. Had that done at Denver. This is the promo picture that Chris Ron did. So yeah, some of the cards have got the promo art instead of the original art, but it's all by the artist who actually did it. Voice of All by RK Post. Another pencil sketch. Got that in San Diego. Sun Titan. That was when I stood in line for like 3 hours at Gen Con last year with Todd Lockwood. Some of the cards they did do sideways, just what the artist preferred. Angel of Despair. Damia. Thorn Elemental, another one of those close-ups. RK Post's Avatar of Woe. Got that in Kansas City at Nationals a few years back. Rob Alexander's Singing Tree. A lot of people have never seen this card before until just when they go through this deck. So I have to explain it a lot of times. It's a Arabian Night green creature. Somberwald Sage by Argyle, another one that he did in pencil. Planeswalkers. I got Vincer, Sarkhan Vol, and Liliana of the Veil done. Non-creatures, I try to mix it up, do a little mana fixing, mana acceleration, card draw, equipment. I tried to make the deck, I don't know, a little versatile. I didn't focus it. I didn't put any 2 or 3 card combos in it. Purposely, it's a very fun deck to play. Here's an example of another sideways card with Soul Ring from Teton. And some of them did do some color on them. I got a few here. The Swords by Chris Ron are also in color. Darksteel Ingot. Here's one that Steve Argyle decided to do as Nerval's Disc, but he added the Disc Eating the World, a little variety. Icy Manipulator by Schuler in Denver. A Chroma's Memorial, another one of my favorites. Here starts the Colored Swords. This is War and Peace. Sort of Body of Mine. Sort of Feast and Famine. And then these last two, Chris did sort of Fire and Ice, which is this one, and Light and Shadow here at Vegas, which he added quite a bit of color to them. That's the sort of Light and Shadow. And then the Sixth Sword, which is one of my favorite pieces in this too, Sword of Vengeance by Dan Scott. This is Grim Tutor, a card I had done by Mark Teaton this weekend in Vegas. It turned out to be a lot better than I expected it to. Demonic Tutor, a little close-up shot with Douglas Schuler from Denver. This is a colored force field from Dan Frazier at Denver also. He specifically asked if he wanted it to be done exactly as the card, and I said as long as I could identify it, so he added a lot of color, made it a little rainbow. Enlightened Tutor, also by Dan Frazier, picked that up in Denver. He don't seem to do a lot of shows. Planar Portal by Mark Teaton. Jace's Ingenuity. Ancient Craving by Rob Alexander. Brain Geyser by Mark Teaton. This is another one, Evacuation. Picked that up, I think it was at Worlds. Bramble Crush by Drew Baker. Got that in Grand Prix Indianapolis a couple years ago. Oblivion Ring. Predator Flagship. This is probably the most colorful card in the entire set. One that I've been really happy to show off. It's the Textless Damnation by Ron Spencer. Got that at the Grand Prix Lincoln a couple years ago. It's a really good one. Next, Textless Terminate by Thomas Baxa. He did the promo Textless card, so I got that one done. And then this is the last card I needed for the 100 card deck. It's Concentrate from RK Post from the Altered Art that he did in the dual deck. And he put on there, it was the last one for 100 out of 100. Looking at some of the non-basic lands, Celestial Colonnade, and the lands have been the most difficult, trying to get mana fixing and mana acceleration and stuff like that. So it's been the challenge, and that's what I'm going to work on the most. Exotic Orchard, got that in St. Louis. Mark Teeden did City Brass for me at Grand Prix Chicago last year. Almost didn't make it to that trip. Yavimaya Hollow by Schuler in Denver. Terramorphic Expanse by Dan Scott, got that at Gen Con last year. And then these next couple I got here at the show: Sulphur Springs, Red-Black Painland, Fetid Heath, which is a black-white filter land, and then Underground River, which is also a Painland. Got those at Grand Prix Vegas. And then Ansem Manox, I got him to do a Maze of Ith, which is one card that I never thought I'd actually be able to get done for this. But when he showed up here, I definitely, it was the top of my list. And then we just have some basics. I got 6 of each of the basic lands. That was the forest. This is the mountain. All the basics are just some of my favorite art that I've always enjoyed over the years of doing this. Now these are the plains. It's one of the portal planes that I've always enjoyed seeing. This is the swamp. Used, if I remember right, this is from the Apex. It's the Fireball Swamp. And then last is the Islands, which is the DCI Island from 1997 when they used to do Arena Islands. It's one of my favorite pieces of basic land art. So, but that's it. 100 cards Commander. I'll be adding more to it as I go along. So, hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching CMDR Decks. Please subscribe in favor.